So I'm sure many of you are aware that navigating a desktop environment on your couch kind of sucks. You know, you have your software that turns your controller into a mouse. You have like products from like Logitech or Valve, like you have a keyboard with a touchpad integrated into it, or a controller with touchpads integrated into it. But it's all either expensive or it feels clunky. And for the past little while now, I've been working on a project to sort of address that. I'm calling it JoyType. And it's similar to other pieces of software that are out there, like JoyXoff or JoyToKey, or, you know, anything that sort of, you know, can do mouse input with your joysticks. But the way that it differs, I would say, is in a couple of ways. So by default, I have it in this sort of dual joystick configuration with moving the mouse cursor. One moves it quickly and the other one moves it slowly. And the reason for this is because when I was making this, I kind of determined that having just one joystick move the cursor, you either have it this weird like thing where it ramps up in speed and it doesn't quite feel very fast or efficient, or you have it in this in-between speed so you can make small adjustments, but it's not like quite fast enough to where you can navigate like a big screen. So I just decided, you know what, using both joysticks, one is quick so you can navigate places quickly, like you can get to like this section, and then from here, you know, you can click on this, you can click on that, or you can go over here, you know, minimize this, do whatever you want to do. And you might be thinking, well, how am I going to scroll then? Well, it's you just sort of, you can, it's a toggle instead of having because what a lot of other software have is they have the left stick moving the cursor and the right stick scrolls, but instead you can toggle it and make so the right stick scrolls, and now you just have the left stick for movement, and you can go back to the quick cursor movement of the right stick if you need to. And another thing that a lot of these softwares have is they'll have an on-screen keyboard, and it navigates the you know, you're inputting the characters one at a time by like pressing the D-pad or moving the joystick, whatever it is, and you're getting like maybe 10 words per minute if you're quick. But something that I've made to address that is a sort of custom interface for an on-screen keyboard. And this uses both the joysticks to sort of navigate this split keyboard, and you can use the triggers to input characters. Now, it might look a little bit daunting at first, and it kind of is. There's a bit of a learning curve, but once you get used to it, you can get pretty quick. My best is like 50 words per minute, but obviously if you spend like a ton of time with it, you might be able to go quicker. But yeah, so you can type whatever you want. It's much quicker than, you know, going through the keys one by one, doing whatever, you know. And there's, you know, you can have layers with it too. There's all sorts of things that, and it's kind of in an incomplete state, but there's a lot of potential here for typing quickly, I would say. There's more issues to address with navigating a desktop environment on a controller, and the big one in my opinion is typing. So let's like, I can go to like say, you know, I type that pretty quick to where like on a regular virtual keyboard, I would have to, you know, it would take me a lot longer to type something like that. Another thing that I think controllers struggle with regards to navigating a desktop environment is sort of adjusting sliders or making fine movements. And one way that I've sort of handled this is another toggle, is you can set the cursor to sort of move in this mode where it moves, like as you can see, if I'm holding directly up, it moves up, and when I recenter it, it goes back to the center. And what this lets you do is this lets you adjust things like sliders more easily. So instead of like, say like I want to watch a YouTube video, I'm like, oh, this is a bit too loud, I can toggle this mode and I can sort of inch my way to a volume that I like. If it's too loud, if it's too quiet, you can do whatever you want. And yeah, that's sort of like all that I have here as of right now. I want to get a public release of this soon-ish, but I don't really have the time to work on it right now, so I'm hoping maybe in a couple weeks I'll make an update video that's more polished and like pretty for the masses, you know. But yeah, this is my little project. I'm calling it JoyType. I think it's very cool. It's very nifty. And yeah. Thanks for watching.